All right, so I'm KJ, and I'm here to talk about how to achieve fair and open science with materials data facility and Foundry ML. So the first thing I want to talk about are the current challenges in accessibility of materials data. Basically, this flowchart goes through a typical workflow of you found a data set you'd like to use and all the various ways you get rerouted. And the big 3 points from this are that data isn't interpretable, data is too large to share in common infrastructures, and data has no structure or it's not clean, it's just not usable. So more often than not, you end up at this end bubble of you can't get it working, you cut your losses, and you move on. But we have developed software tools that want to take you from this workflow to this very nice one. So this is a workflow with our FAIR software tools. So you found a data set that you'd like to use, you just import our software package, you load the data set, and then you get it working. So introducing the software tools that I'm talking about, this is Materials Data Facility, or MDF, and Foundry ML. So both of these packages allow you to publish, discover, and access materials data sets. They require descriptive metadata, which makes data sets easy to understand. They host data of any type and any size. They make accessing and sharing large data sets fast and easy. We've got an infrastructure that's just built for large data sets, and specifically for Foundry. So Foundry ML, these are structured machine learning ready data sets that are within MDF. And they're created to be accessed programmatically. So you can load the data directly into a data frame and get coding with Python. So here's an example workflow using an MDF Foundry ML data set. So this is the organic structure directing agent database. And this was created by our colleagues at MIT. So the first thing that you'd want to do to access this data set is to load that data set information. First, you import Foundry, you instantiate, and then you just load the data set information with the DOI. So step B, you learn about the data set contents. We have this descriptive metadata that I mentioned that goes through each key, and then a description, a type, whether it's input or target, then more information of like how many entries are in this data set, tasks that are associated with it, things like that. And then on to step C, to actually download and use this data set, you just use load data. And then you can see we use X and Y to load a training split of that data into our inputs into X and our targets into Y. And as you can see, we're just like looking at that data here in these two pictures. And it's that easy to just access this data set that they've put together. And there's this chart here at the bottom of the slide. And that is actually a part of a paper that was written about this data set. And you can easily recreate that chart. I'll post, we have a notebook that walks you through exactly this workflow and then how to create each of the charts that they created about this data set in their paper. That can also be found on our website, foundryml.org, down there in the corner. So a lot of the challenges that I mentioned in that first flow chart, MDF and Foundry ML are really trying to solve. So with Foundry ML and MDF solving many of those challenges, they do create new issues, which is how do we get people to adopt new workflows and how do we get people using these tools? Because we are really proud of the tools that we've made, but getting them adopted more widely and getting people to actually put them in their workflows and share them with colleagues has been more of a challenge.